And away we go live from the Cincy Light Studios. It is the Hail Marys Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar, located in Cheviot. They're on Harrison Avenue. They're in the Dora District. You can walk from bar to bar with your drinks, but why would you need to when you can hang out at Hail Marys? They have 27 TVs, a 9-screen video wall. There's not a bad seat in the house. They subscribe to every sports package that DirecTV offers, and they can stream all the games. Cincinnati sports will always be on the video wall, including if you can't make it to Nippert Stadium, get out to Hail Marys Saturday, noon, watch the Bearcats take on West Virginia. Have yourself a delicious Cincy Light. They have it on tap at Hail Marys. All right, Aaron. The Bearcats did not play this week. Maybe a bad thing because there was total chaos in the Big 12 this week. Maybe the most insane week of an insane season in this conference. Yesterday was complete Armageddon. Up was down was up. Nothing made any damn sense. So let's get to it.
I called 3 of these games.
Yeah. I mean, I said Houston would cover, didn't I? I thought that was going to be close.
You thought I was going to take Houston, and that would have been 4 or 5, but I was unable to pull the trigger there. But let's get to it.
Yeah, we'll start at the top. Texas Tech 23, Iowa State 22. It was impressive to see Texas Tech's defense, which has struggled this year, really keep Iowa State in check. I think that speaks a lot to where we're at the end of the season. Iowa State's offense has not taken another step up to elevate themselves and separate themselves from the league. And Texas Tech made them pay. If you're a UC fan, the one thing good I think we'll say is you got to see what that 3-3-5 really is supposed to look like against a team like Texas Tech. Texas Tech could not really get anything going all night, but they did just enough. They sneak Taj Brooks into the end zone on a direct snap, and Texas Tech wins 23-22. Wow. It was a fun game. It was a fun game.
I would say kind of took the pass away from Texas Tech. Baron Morton finishes with inarguably his worst game of the season, 237 on a 21-40 night, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, QBR of 43.4, which in college football is really hard to do.
Great.
And Taj Brooks, as you mentioned, 25 carries, 122 yards, an average of 4.9. He did have the score, as you mentioned earlier.
4.9 is good. If you're getting 5 yards a carry, I'll roll with that.
That's what I'm saying. I think they allow, Taj Brooks is going to get his. So you stifle it as much as you can. You take away the pass. Baron Morton was, like I said, just not who he's been.
He's average, if not a little below average.
Rocco Becht on the other side, not fantastic, but again, that's why you end up on the losing side of the scoreboard. But 299, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Just they did not get the run game going. 38 carries as a team, only 133 yards, an average of 3.5. Iowa State, like you said, they gotta figure out how if they had an offense, this team would be a wrecking ball.
Yeah, because their defense is outstanding. Just outstanding.
Kudos to Texas Tech.
Yeah, I mean, they got the job done. Like, that has been a dangerous team all year long.
Senior Josh Kelly had eight receptions, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He was pretty much their entire passing game, really.
127 of 237. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's an NFL guy. Like he is a stud. That's probably going to go. I don't think he's a first-round guy, but Josh Kelly's going to be a day 2 pick, I think, in the NFL. Like, he's really, really good. So, they did just enough. And that's the thing with Iowa State. Like, if you're if you can keep their offense in check, these games are going to be played in the 20s. And if they're played in the 20s, you're going to have a shot to win at the end. And, when it comes to that matchup is coming real quick for the Bearcats, I think you feel a little better watching that Iowa State offense and going, we can keep them in the 20s. Keep them in the 20s, you got a chance to win.
Yeah, should be. I'm not looking forward to that game. I think it's going to be probably the toughest test that this offense, that Cincinnati's offense has had to face. But
yeah, their defense is really good for sure.
Yep.
You want to talk about a head scratcher? Unless you're Aaron, who's been a Kansas State truther for the entire season. Houston scores 14 unanswered in the fourth quarter. It was 19-10. Kansas State should have been running the clock out and escaping with the win. Avery Johnson throws a bad pick deep in his own territory.
Mid. He's mid. 23 of 39, 238, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Mid. And DJ Giddens looked average as well. 17 carries, 50 yards, and a touchdown. 33 carries as a team for 99 yards in a game. Woof.
Yeah,
against
Zion
Houston.
Chris was the leading rusher in the game. 22 carries. He was essentially Houston's entire offense. 22 carries for 75 yards.
Chad,
he scored 1 touchdown.
234 yards of total offense. And Zion Chris was 178 of those 234.
Yeah. He only threw for 100 yards passing.
103.
But again, if you're going to play these games in the high teens, mid-20s, you're going to be right to get picked off. And Iowa State and Kansas State have been flirting with this for a while now. And it just so happened that on the same day, both of them get tripped up. Kudos to Willie Fritz. That's one thing I will say about him. His teams do not quit. They are not giving up on a season. You want to talk about how easy it is, especially now. Guys pack it up. They save their red shirt. They're ready to enter the transfer portal. Willie Fritz gets his team to play.
Yeah, and
all the way through.
Even the incumbent players for Willie Fritz, they don't owe him anything really. They only he's a new coach.
Yeah.
So well done. 4-5. Yeah. Houston now sits at 4-5. This is not the same team that Cincinnati.
They're 3-3 in the conference.
This is not the same team Cincinnati dismantled with a shutout.
Yeah. Arizona State beats the piss out of Oklahoma State, who falls to 0-6 in the conference, 42-21. I thought Arizona State was going to win here, but I thought Oklahoma State would put up more of a fight. They did not. That is a team that does not look. They had trouble in the offseason with key guys leaving that I guess probably should have been a symbol of a flashing neon sign of where this Oklahoma State program is at. Yikes. 0-6 for a team that was in the conference championship game a year ago.
Look, the FBI went and checked on the reports of Ollie Gordon sighting. They thought they found him. Looked very similar. It was not Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon is back on the milk carton. 11 carries, 25 yards, and a touchdown. That was not Ollie Gordon. It was not him.
Well played, sir. Well played. We prematurely took him off the milk carton.
He is back on the milk carton. Missing. Please call if you have seen this man.
Well done.
Alan Bowman, though, 17 of 30, 175, a touchdown and a pick. It's just not going to get it done. This Oklahoma State team has been floundering. They still remain defeated in conference play, completely defeated. This might be Mike Gundy's worst coaching job ever, at Oklahoma State, and you've good luck trying to fix this. I don't know what your recruiting pitch is to maybe it's playing time because you got plenty of playing time for a team that just went defeated.
Let's talk about Cam Scatterbo.
Running
23
angry.
carries, 153 yards and a touchdown, 4 catches, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. So all in all, not counting return yards or like special teams, 274 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Sam Levitt comes back. He's 20 of 29, 304, 3 touchdowns. That's a different Arizona State team with Levitt at quarterback over Sims.
Well, I mean, Scatterbo had some time to think about what happened against Cincinnati, and
yeah,
he ran angry. He's
Not
gonna
right.
run.
Not right.
He's gonna run through you and make you like it. That's what Coach told
Yeah.
us again and again and again. But yeah, you get your quarterback right, and it's gonna make all the difference in the world. The team was very, very good with him. Without him, they lost. So they're back to their winning ways. I'm not upset that Cincinnati did not have to face Sam Levitt. It is what it is.
I don't want to see how that one turns out if he did play. And
injuries are part of the game. It simply is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, look, is the Texas Tech game different if Corey Kiner doesn't get hurt on the first series of the game?
I sure as hell hope so. Yeah.
Probably.
I'm just mad we didn't play Oklahoma State this year.
The downside to that is, Aaron, you don't want to be the one team that they ended up beating. Like,
Sure.
Yeah. UCF. Wow.
I called this one all the way. Called it all the way. I said they were going to cover. I said that they were going to beat the spread. Well done, UCF.
You didn't say they were going to hit the over by themselves.
I also didn't say that they were going to have a new quarterback in Dylan Risk, a freshman.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Who
knew? Goes 20 of 25 for 294 and 3 touchdowns. It appears.
Where did he come from?
Arizona's defense is dog shit. But it appears that UCF had a quarterback that could pass the ball on their roster and just tried everything else but him. Yeah.
RJ Harvey
Gus Malzahn does not value quarterbacks who can pass.
Clearly. But as you said, Dylan Risk, 3 touchdowns through the air. RJ Harvey, 22 carries, 184, 3 touchdowns. His long on 184 was only 23. He just ran it again and again and again. God.
Bludgeoned. Arizona, man. Like, that was a team that looked like they were on the fast track to being good for a while a year ago. They lose their coach. That thing has fallen apart completely.
I thought they were good at the beginning of the season. Even Tetaroa McMillan, 6 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Not enough. Against UCF, you would have thought he went off for 250. Not the case. Malzahn's got him playing. Got him playing.
I mean, they didn't quit on him, which is surprising because
the fans did.
Into the game, they were 1-4 in the Big 12. So we'll see how that carries over. And then finally, Baylor 17-7 in the fourth quarter. TCU falls on the road, 37-34. Baylor wins. Hoover does a good job moving the ball through the air for TCU, but they have no running game. Washington for Baylor, 26 for 196, 4 touchdowns. Woo! It was a fun one. And Baylor gets the dub, the comeback win at home.
Don't look now, but Baylor scored 134 now in the last 3 games. That's crazy. Baylor
offense is humming.
I thought Dave Aranda was going to be out the door, and he has somehow righted the ship.
What do they have left? They have
West Virginia, Houston, and Kansas. They could finish strong.
6-3. They could finish 6-3.
Strong. So I
They
think
could easily finish 6-3.
Aranda is going to live to see another day. He is not going to be out the door this season, as I once thought. And well done, sir. I don't know what else to say. I did call this game because I don't like TCU, but
Yeah, but you called this game just because you won't pick Sonny Dykes to win a game.
sure. But I also had other reasons because their offense has been great, not good, great.
Yeah. I mean, that's a 3-game winning streak for Baylor. They smoked Texas Tech, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, 59-35. They beat Oklahoma State, and now they beat TCU. And then, like we said, at West Virginia, at Houston, those are road games, so they'll be tough. But and then you get Kansas at home. They could end on a 6-game win streak, or in like 5-1 over their final 6. Hats off to Aranda for getting it going.
Yeah. Looking at the standings now, your updated standings, BYU sits alone at 5-0 at the top. Tied for second is Iowa State and Colorado at 4-1. Certainly some movement there. Kansas State is with Texas Tech at 4-2, tied for fourth. That brings up sixth, Cincinnati, Arizona State, West Virginia at 3-2. After that, you have Baylor and Houston and TCU tied at 3-3, UCF at 2-4, Utah and Kansas at 1-4, Arizona all the way at the bottom, preseason ranked Arizona all the way down at the bottom at 1-5. This is why preseason ranks are stupid. And Oklahoma State 0-6, defeated in conference.
I mean, 4 of the top 5 teams to open the season were Utah, Kansas, Arizona, Oklahoma State. We all looked at the schedule and said, boy, is Cincinnati lucky to not have any games against Utah, Kansas, Arizona, and Oklahoma State.
UCF was a dark horse by many people, and they're right down there in the basement as well at 2-4.
So 16 teams, right? You play 9 games, and you're 1. So that means there's 6 teams that you don't play, right?
Correct.
Oklahoma State, Arizona, Kansas, Utah, and Baylor are 5 of them. The best record is Baylor at 3-3. Utah, Kansas, Arizona, Oklahoma State. The 4 of them have combined for 3 conference wins. And then you miss BYU, that's at the top of the league. But all of a sudden, Iowa State, Colorado, Kansas State, Texas Tech, Arizona State, and West Virginia are all above 500 in the league. And making that Cincinnati schedule look a lot more difficult than we anticipated. We all looked at it and said, oh, they don't play any of the best teams in the league. Turns out, outside of BYU, they play all of the best teams in the league.
Houston and TCU also at 500.
Yeah. This league's stupid. I said it last night. This league is stupid. And it's fun. It's so fun. Basketball tomorrow. Aaron and I will be here with the aftermath at some point in time later tomorrow night, live Monday night, 10:30ish probably. So we will see you there to wrap up the opening night of the season for Wes Miller and company. That is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar, right here from the Cincy Light Studios on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!